people say there's a lot of division in Washington. You've been here practically all your life, and I know it's not the old Washington what it used to be. But from your perspective, and like I said, in general, what do you think one of the biggest problems Washington has?
Okay, if you talk about division, I think one of the reasons you have division, I mean, people go to school black and white here in Washington, but beyond that, there's nowhere for them to continue that relationship. Just like you built relationship with whites, blacks, when you was in school.
Oh yeah, the neighborhood used to be full of them.
That's right. So when you build a relationship, nothing should change. Like you've been knowing me all your life. As a matter of fact, I want to mention this too. You used to sit right over there in that corner because I used to take you to school. You remember that?
Yes, sir.
You do?
Yeah, you used to have to get to school 2 hours early. But
I get up at 6 o'clock and I was at school at 6:30 and to 7 o'clock. But I remember you came over here.
The first one there, the last one to leave.
You're exactly right. But I remember you used to come over here. Your grandmother sent you over here to ride to school with us. I don't know what was going on in the school bus. It must have been something going on.
Yes, sir.
But, but anyway, you build these relationships and you ought to continue to have these relationships. You live in the same town. You know each other. And I think Washington, I hadn't experienced any racial hostilities or anything. And wherever I go, I know people. And I feel comfortable with them. As a matter of fact,
you just treat everybody like God's people.
Well, you got to do what God tell you to do, and you know what that is? To love everybody.
Amen.
You love everybody, regardless of who they are or what they look like. And that's a simple thing, because, Pat, I found this out too. And I lived long enough that God looks at your heart and see, if your heart ain't right, you better be working on it.
Yes, sir.
Because when you leave here and your heart ain't right, then it may be a problem. I don't quote scripture, but I know about the part about
telling the truth.
If you don't preach your brothers right, then how can you enter the kingdom of heaven? So you got to treat everybody right.
Now, how can you love God whom you never seen when you can't love your brother?
When you can't love your brother that you see every day, and you can't treat him right, there's something wrong with you.
Right.
And I'm not going to be the victim of hate. I'm going to be a victim of love for everybody. And it's a simple thing. And I want my children to be that way.